Well, all right. Well, first of all, let me say I finally updated the intro. So those of you that are asking and have been asking to take out Jared Cook, I'm sorry, but it has finally happened. And sorry for being in uniform. I'm literally on lunch break, and I can't go a lunch break without the Saints saying, screw it, let's blow some shit up real quick and make something crazy happen. Everyone's already aware. I'm making the video because I feel like we all need to talk about this. Everybody needs a second to recuperate after we just traded away the heart and soul of our defense in Chauncey Gardner Johnson, the dude who kicked the Atlanta Falcons logo after we beat them in Atlanta, the dude that went like this in front of Tom Brady's face after we beat the Buccaneers, the dude who talked the most shit, got into the most fights, the most entertaining player on our defense is gone. We traded away Chauncey Gardner Johnson to the Philadelphia Eagles, who we play next year in week 17. So if I don't see Chris Olave drop 150 yards and 2 touchdowns on Chauncey Gardner Johnson, I'm going to be sick. This isn't as random as everybody thinks it is. Everyone's like, oh my God, what are the Saints doing? Where did this come from? No, this has been boiling up for a while. This is something that's been going on for the majority of training camp. Everybody's been aware of it. We've all been just kind of sweeping it under the rug, but Chauncey Gardner Johnson and the Saints were in contract negotiations. They've been talking for a while. This is his final year of his rookie contract, and the Saints were not trying to pay him what he was asking for. Chauncey Gardner Johnson was holding out of camp. He literally was not going to training camp a majority of practices. He was skipping them. He was holding out, and that's why these two entities clashed. It was more than just Chauncey Gardner Johnson wanting more money and the Saints not wanting to pay it. The holding out paid an attribute to it. The Saints' depth attributed to it. There was a lot more than just, hey, we're just going to get rid of Chauncey Gardner Johnson for no reason. Obviously, it sucks. Clearly, we're all upset. It sucks balls, I'm not going to lie, but Chauncey Gardner Johnson is no longer a New Orleans Saint in the final year of his rookie contract, where he left us with a ton of memories. There's going to be stuff that everybody remembers, his fight with Denzel Mims, the Tom Brady thing, all of the Tom Brady things that he's done. He loved pissing Tom Brady off. He had him throwing iPads on the sideline and shit. We're all going to miss Chauncey Gardner Johnson, and it sucks, but it's obvious he is a man about his money. If he's not getting paid, which the Saints weren't trying to pay him, they went ahead and shifted their focus from keeping Chauncey Gardner Johnson to trading Chauncey Gardner Johnson because they could not agree on a price. And that happens all the time. We see it. Trey Hendrickson. The New Orleans Saints couldn't afford to pay Trey Hendrickson even though he was one of our best defenders, and we had to get rid of him. And guess what? We were just fine afterwards. And I understand everyone's like, Chauncey Gardner Johnson's this generational player. He's so great. He's the Saints' best nickel piece. Of course he's our best nickel piece, and of course he has that dog attitude that everybody knows and loves, but let's go ahead and look at his and PJ Williams stats to show you how, comparable they are last season. We're going to go over Chauncey Gardner Johnson first. He had 37 solo tackles, 3 interceptions, 66 targets, and allowed 45 receptions. So he allowed 45 receptions, and there were 21 incomplete passes on Chauncey Gardner Johnson. We're going to go in layman's terms, talk about PFF real quick, because Pro Football Focus, like I always say, is a metric that most people, even the common football watchers, can understand. He had a 62.2 overall Pro Football Focus grade. Let's go ahead and look at PJ Williams, who played a good bit last season as well. He had 35 total tackles and a significant less amount of play time, 3 interceptions and a significant less amount of play time, 32 targets and 25 receptions allowed with a 70.0 Pro Football Focus grade. Now, am I sitting here saying that PJ Williams is better than Chauncey Gardner Johnson? No, because I don't think that. That's an unfair thing to say. But I do think that he is a credible fill for that hole if need be. Obviously, we're going to be looking at players like Alontae Taylor, who has been having a stellar training camp, Bradley Roby as well. PJ Williams, though, in my eyes, is the front runner because of his experience and familiarity with the New Orleans Saints defensive scheme. Like I said before, man, it really does suck that we lost Chauncey Gardner Johnson. He's one of the players that I really wanted to retain. He just has that mentality, and he brings a different feel to not only the locker room, but the defense as a whole. The whole locker room vibe shifted when Chauncey Gardner Johnson was introduced, and we all saw that. Dude is an amazing character, but he's going to be playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. Another reason that he got traded, and another reason why he was so open to being traded, is because he wanted to play full-time safety. He was not trying to play nickelback any longer, dude. He wanted the elusive, legitimate full-time safety position, and that has been granted in his trade to the Philadelphia Eagles, which, like I said, sucks, but it is what it is. Shit happens. This is football. It's a business. At the end of the day, CGJ is going to try to make his money. So that leaves the Saints with a completely different secondary than they had last year. The New Orleans Saints now have Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus May from the Jets, and one of PJ Williams, Alontae Taylor, or Bradley Roby playing in the nickel. That, by every stretch of the imagination, is not a bad group, but do expect a little bit of a decline because these guys have literally no chemistry together, like at all. Like literally at all. Marcus Williams is gone. Now Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is gone. The Saints have a revamped safety group because before it was Marcus Williams, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and PJ Williams. Now we have to see how it goes with Honey Badger and Marcus May in the mix as well. Two new dudes. They're veterans, of course, but they're still learning this brand new defensive scheme. Tyrann Mathieu talks about all the time how the Saints is the most complicated, difficult, and complex defensive scheme he's played for. So we're going to see how this plays out, and I'm excited for it. I'm all for new venues and new opportunities. Okay, well, the trade details just came out, and this is going to piss a lot of you off, bro. So the Eagles receive safety Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and the Saints' 7th round pick in 2025. The Saints received the Eagles' 5th round pick in 2023 and the worst of their 2 6th round picks in 2024. So we traded Chauncey Gardner-Johnson for a 5th round pick and a 6th round pick. That sucks. I was hoping that we got some kind of offensive line depth because, of course, with the injury to Trevor Penning, it would just make too much sense instead of having James Hurst possibly start as the left tackle. But it seems like that is not the case. The Saints get 2 late-round draft picks in return for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But at least we got something because we just weren't going to be able to pay Chauncey, and he was probably going to sit out. We couldn't pay him, and we had to get rid of him. It sucks, but that's the way the NFL goes, guys. It's a business. So let me know down in the comment section below what you think. I'm not happy about it, but I do think the Saints know what they're doing. Dennis Allen is a defensive mastermind, and he wouldn't have traded away Chauncey if he wasn't comfortable with the secondary we have and with the depth we have to replace such a loss. Hopefully the vibe is still the same. Hopefully we still have the same, like, I don't know, just griminess on our defense, or the same just absolute menaces on our defense. Hopefully Marshawn Lattimore, Paulson Adebo and company, Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus May can carry that load. Like, we lost a big piece, but our defense is still like top tier, one of the best in the league. So I can't wait to see these guys perform. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the short and out of whack video. I just had to get it out for y'all so we could talk about this. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you fellas in the next one. Adios.
Zero gravity falling, and I might burst sleep or stay jump like I'm jumping on a trampoline.